My father started collecting the pieces about 40 years ago, very gradually. I grew up with these furniture pieces. They were very much a part of our home to the extent that it was really my mother's idea to have a private museum, because she essentially said to my dad, you know, after she stubbed her toe one too many times on a footstool, you know, we're not living in a museum, you've just got to put these somewhere appropriate. And so, and I think that's really a large reason why I was a huge advocate of the open display system, is because, as I understood it, a chair is meant to be sit on, it's not meant to be admired. These pieces are part of people's lives, and you can't be too precious with them. You know, the scars that they start to bear kind of lend to their beauty. And so that's why I think living with art from a young age has kind of made me a lot more familiar with it, but also took away that sense of intimidation or distance that a lot of people have towards art. Liang Museum focuses on three primary aspects: design, craftsmanship, and heritage. For this museum, we wanted to provide a space where, because there's no buying or selling involved, there's nothing commercial about it, people really kind of can use it as an educational space. The idea is to really create a space where you can have a dialogue with somebody that you trust. That applies not only to visitors here, but also to, like I said, people growing up in Hong Kong who may not realize that this is such an important part of our cultural heritage. Yes, so what we're looking at here is our collection of European vanity cases. We have about 450 in our collection, which I believe is probably the largest in private hands. The case that we're looking at here is the one on the left, and it's by a Spanish maker called Rosanes. And we purchased it in 1998, actually from Christie's. And this case was made in the 1920s. So the gallery that it's in right now is our Chinese Deco gallery. So it's all the pieces that were made in the 1920s by European makers for a European market, but focusing very much on Orientalism. So what we have here is the collaboration that we have at the moment with the Victoria and Albert. The Victoria and Albert in London is one of my very favorite museums in the world, and so we were really excited to be able to have this chance to work with them and to bring, I think, something like a dozen pieces of the historical silver from the Gilbert collection, as well as about 30 pieces from the V&A's own permanent collection of modern silver. And it's basically a chance for people who might not have the opportunity to travel and see other museums from around the world to be able to see it in their own hometown. I think now, looking into the future, it would be great, and what we're trying to do here is for tastemakers to broaden the circle of people that are allowed to visit. So by doing things like establishing private museums and really try to educate more of the general public on the things that we think are special to our heritage and our culture. My name is Lynn Fung, and I'm the director of Liang Museum. I'm the steward of its collections, and I like to see myself as an interpreter of traditional craftsmanship for modern day audiences.